It's time to be Tuesday, and today we are talking about A Guy Thing from 2003, starring Jason Lee, Selma Blair, I get Julia Stiles, and many other actors in this movie. Where's all this fuzz come from? Oh, it must have been when I knocked on the ceiling with the thing. The broom. Okay. People up there have been thudding all day. It's starting to get sick of it. I had enough. Before I started the video, I started boom, 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 boom up there. So with the broom. They go boom, boom, boom. I go boom, boom, boom. Okay? I had enough. I don't walk that loud on my floor. And it sounds like I got an elephant up there. Okay? I'm sick of it all day. Boom, 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 boom. I try not to pound, Anyway, I came across this movie months ago. Advertised to me on Instagram, Tubi on Instagram or something. So I put it in the thing. Well, movies that I put in the thing are now starting to expire, so I have to review these fast. So here we are, A Guy Thing. A romantic comedy film from 2003. I find that I connect to romantic comedy films, and She's All That, and sure there's others. That's the first one I thought of. 10 Things I Had About You. It's a romantic comedy in a way. So those kind of type of films. There's a dick on my face, isn't there? This one tells the story of Paul. Paul is on the verge of getting married to a woman whose name I forgot. Julie? No. I don't know. He's getting married to Selma Blair. And he has his bachelor party. At his bachelor party, he believes he hooks up with a woman, played by Julia Stiles. Her name is Becky. Remember her name. It turns out they didn't hook up, but he thinks they did. So now he's trying to hide stuff from his girlfriend, fiance, and it all kind of spirals out of control in this movie. This movie went ways I didn't think it was going to go. I don't know. It's interesting. Although I did call one thing partway through this movie. Not partway, most of the way through, but we'll get there. So this movie has a lot of stars in it. We got Jason Lee, Julia Stiles, and Selma Blair, but also Thomas Lennon plays Jason Lee's brother. Sean Hatotsi plays his best friend Jim. And you have Julie Haggerty and David Koechner as Jason Lee's parents. And you look at David Koechner and go, he's not old enough to be Jason Lee's dad. Correct. Because he's actually his stepdad, which makes a lot of sense. They do mention it. Oh, your stepfather is okay. And, that explains it. And you have James Brolin as the father of Selma Blair's character. And then you have the grandmother or aunt. The aunt is Cassandra from the episode of Smallville where she can see the future. Yeah, she's been in other things too, I think, but that's how I know her from. And then, weirdly enough, Larry Miller, who was also in 10 Things I Had About You with Julia Stiles, played her father in that movie, is in this movie as a minister, which, yeah. And there's other characters too. So, we start out at a bachelor party, uses a groom, he's got a hat that says groom on it, and then he thinks it's too much, so he puts it on his best friend's head, and he meets Becky, and then he wakes up the next morning to that song, "Goddamn Right, It's a Beautiful Day." Oh, good, yeah. He wakes up in bed with Becky. Yeah, luau girl, and her underwear is missing. Did they ever explain why she didn't have her underwear on? I don't remember them explaining, like, they come out and say that they never slept together like that. So why was she in his bed with her underwear off? Well, she was naked. Why was she in his bed naked? I don't know. Uh, I don't know. To make us think that they did, but they didn't. Well, this movie goes a little bit far sometimes with some of the humor it tries. So, he gets a phone call. It's from his future mother-in-law wanting to speak to her daughter, who's not there, although he thinks that she's in bed with him, but it's not her. Yeah. And that's how he knows that she's on her way. Kicks her out. There happens to be a minister that lives across the hallway from him. And they see him rushing her out. He says, oh, it's the wedding planner, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Becky's character is that she's going from job to job, working multiple jobs. She was a luau lady at the place, dancer maybe, I don't know. And then she's working at a record store. She's working at a bar. She's got all these jobs. So I know it's bad right now. And, but eventually things seem to be going okay. So he tries to hide. So I'm calling bullshit on us. So he tries, so she can't find the bottoms, her underwear, right? So he ends up finding them after she leaves and decides to hide them in the toilet tank. Throw them out the window. Go to your window, look see if there's anyone out there. If there's no one out there, throw them out the window. Make sure they don't land on the fire escape, but I look, I don't know, but they're just laying on the ground outside. She's not going to think anything. Oh, someone left their underwear out here. Ooh, But he puts in a toilet tank, which later she finds. Whose underwear are these? I'm like, no, you didn't find them. No, that makes no sense. Oh, I was going to, the toilet won't flush, so I went to do the thing. No. She just needed to find those. Like, no. That there's things in here that's not necessary. And her finding those underwear, especially so far into the movie, we're 3/4 of the movie before she finds those underwear. And he lies his ass off and gets away with it because he ends up calling this place. He calls a lie, she calls the place, and the guy covers his ass for him. Apparently it's a guy thing. I don't know. But anyway, so she's all, going for the wedding. Also, we find out at the bachelor party that his brother has a thing for his fiance. That's not going to come back, is it? We also find out, so he has to go to this family dinner. We find out that Becky is actually her cousin. What are the odds? Well, it's written that way. So yeah, so he spends the whole time in the bathroom pretending he has a toilet issue. Also, he got crabs and he thinks it's from Becky. But it turns out it's because this fat guy sat on a toilet. Crabs would sit on a toilet? Oh, that's fucking scary. Yeah. I clean toilets for a living, man. I don't want to. No. Crabs. Yeah. Again, the whole crabs thing is unnecessary, and all it does is to a joke where he's trying to ask quietly for crab medicine, and then the two physicians are yelling it, and then he has to pretend that the physician guy is a cook, and he ends up cooking at the rehearsal dinner. That's the only thing it leads to. That's it. That's it. Yeah. But also, we find out that Becky has an ex-boyfriend who's a cop. Played by Lachlan Monroe, who gives a great performance in the film. But again, this character is completely unnecessary. I looked to see how long this movie was before I started it. An hour and 40-something minutes. And I'm like, why? Why can't movies just be an hour and a half? Just no more. Give me less, but no more than an hour and a half. And so going through it, there are definitely things you could take out. Like her finding the underwear, or just like not have her leave the underwear behind. If she leaves the underwear behind, they do something kooky. We don't need it. We also don't need him getting crabs. And we also don't need this boyfriend going around. Like, so, boyfriend shows up, beats the crap out of him, and says that he has pictures of them together. I don't remember how he got him, but he does. Maybe he's stalking and taking pictures. I don't know. So they have to go in there and get the pictures back. Right. Okay, they got the pictures back. They went on this dog. Fine. Let's send it in this movie. Nope. As he's driving back, he gets stopped by a cop who turns out to be the boyfriend. But he's not there to stop him for that. He just found him, apparently, and he planted cocaine on him. So it gets him arrested. And so he's in there, he's running late for the rehearsal dinner now because of this. And so Eternal Affairs come in. He's like, I want for you to go. Right? No, we need to do this. We need to do this now. We need to talk about this. So they put a wire on him. And he tells Becky about it. She said, oh, you have a wire? Hello. I want item 12. One item 12. We back up. Now. He's like, stop it. And so, yeah, he's got a wire on. They got to prove. It's like, why do we need all this? Why do we need all this stuff? And how does he catch him? Because when he goes home to his apartment, he's just there, making a sandwich. And of course, he confesses everything to him. I can do whatever I want. I'm going to kick your ass. I'm going to plant evidence. I can do more than just plant evidence. I can kick your ass. And then, of course, he gets caught. There's that subplot we didn't need. Again, you take these out, we could have a movie that's an hour and 25 minutes tops. Go home, be fine. You didn't. Because, to me, like, if you want to leave the underwear in there, fine. The underwear thing is actually how I found out about the movie. That was the clip I saw. So you need the underwear thing in there, fine. But you need the crabs. You didn't need the boyfriend subplot. You didn't need it at all. That's 20 minutes you could take off this runtime. That leaves you 115 minutes. Perfect runtime for a movie. Or an hour and 15 minutes. An hour and 15 minutes. Boom. That may be a little short. Hour and 25 maybe. Add some other stuff. And I don't know. There's also a subplot, another one, where he's trying to get rid of these pictures that this neighbor kid was fapping off to, apparently. And so the pastor, Larry Miller, gives it to him. He tried to get rid of them because his girlfriend, his fiancée, is there. So he burns them. Right? So what happened? He threw them in the garbage and the kid found them. So he tries to burn them and throw them out the window, and the kid finds them again. And he gives them back. So we don't find out what happens to him. But again, it's not needed. Right? So everything culminates at the wedding. Okay? So, as about to get married, they find out the pastor can't be there. The minister is not there. So who is? And I called. I didn't even see. I heard him. I went to fill up my drink. And I went, Larry Miller? And I looked. Yeah, it was Larry Miller. Of course, he's the... So they get the part where anyone, they should not married, but not, or rolled to peace, blah, 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 blah. So I had an inkling that the brother was going to do something. But at the rehearsal dinner, the brother has a conversation with the fiance, talking about, he remembers the day that she and Paul met, because she was apparently hitting on him first and then went to Paul, I guess, because he was married at the time. So, but now he's not married anymore, and obviously this guy's in love with her, in the way he talks and everything. He makes this speech, well, islands in the stream. And yeah. So, we're at the wedding, and Paul's the one that stops waiting. He's like, I can't do it. I said, he said, you and I were not meant to be together. You know, she doesn't get mad. She's just like, I think she understands. And then, you don't know what that means. It's from Island in the Stream. And belong to each other. Yeah. So he does that. He sings a song to her. And yeah, they're going to be together now. Yeah. But the movie's still not done. Because Becky takes off and gets in the cab. Supposed to run after her. By the way, there is this stupid thing they keep doing with Paul where he keeps daydreaming. At one point, he daydreams using karate moves to kick the boyfriend's ass. I know that's a thing. He does like 3 times. And here, they do it again. Where he goes to kiss her, he kisses her, and everyone claps and say, yay, yay, yay. And then he snaps out of it, he's just sitting there. Oh. And then he kisses her, and she's like, and they get into the thing. I'm like, I thought she was going to say, no, what are you doing? Because they didn't do anything. Like, what did they... Sure, they kept meeting each other a few times, right? And they snuck into the boyfriend's house. Is that really enough to accumulate the... You know? I don't know. I think it would have been enough. Like, maybe whoever wrote this went, it's a romantic comedy. They have to end up together. But you know what? If Becky just gave him the courage to admit he was in a relationship that wasn't working and he can move on to something else, I think that would have been fine. I don't think, like, at first I'm like, are they going to get together? They need to get together, right? That's probably what the scriptwriter said. But after seeing how they handled it, I don't think they necessarily needed to get together. Because you think about it, now there's that scene, they kiss, it's really like a peck type thing. They're like, and they get in the cab and they drive off. And the guy driving the cab is, so after he's attacked by the boyfriend, the fiance, he tells the fiance he was mugged because you can't tell the truth. So the cops show up to get the description. And so they do a lineup, and the cab driver was one of the people in the lineup. Yeah, like, I understand romantic comedies, you have to have an ending where a guy and a girl get together. But you already did that with the brother and the fiance. Technically, right? If Paul just said, thank you for helping me realize the truth, we can be friends, the whole thing. Or maybe, I don't know. It just doesn't seem like there was enough done for them to be romantic. The most romantic they were is when they were hiding in the bathtub from the dog at the boyfriend's apartment, and he commented her toes because or said she had a weird foot or something because her foot was falling asleep. He took the shoe off and her boots off, and that's it. It's not really. I don't know. There wasn't, and also I didn't really feel any chemistry between the two of them. I like okay, so I guess they have to get together, right? That's how it's gonna end. But they didn't need to get together, right? I'm gonna give this a pretty good. I just think the ending could have been done. But if you're gonna get them together, do better than that. Don't do the it's a daydream thing, and then still have them get together, right? Maybe she stops him and goes, "Oh, well, what are you doing? Hey, he's cool. You're cool and everything, but I don't know you like that. Just get to know each other first. All right. How about a drink? Okay. Okay. You're gonna get in the cab and drive off. Something like that. I think that would work better. But as it is, it's still pretty good. It's very low, pretty good, but still pretty good. So, what are your thoughts on a guy thing? In the comments below, like, share, and subscribe. 2 more left to record. 2 more left. And, 2 more left for you guys to watch. Yeah. So, thank you for watching. I'm Sky, and I'll see you in the next one.